Hello to my beautiful soul tribe, and thank you so much for tuning in. I pray this video finds you in amazing spirits. Welcome to my channel, Roseology. So this reading is all about your soulmate and who this individual could be. So now before we get started, I do want to clarify that the term soulmate is very broad and can mean a plethora of different things, okay? So the term soulmate has been so generalized, almost to the point where people don't really have an idea as to what it is anymore, and others just simply don't believe in it. But a soulmate could be anybody. It could be a family member, a friend, a sexual partner, even a pet or an animal. Like, it doesn't have to be this person that you fall madly in love with and spend the rest of your life together. It doesn't always look like that. Soulmates can have temporary placements in our lives where once they have completed their purpose in our life, then they move on. And this can be referred to as like a seasonal soulmate or a soul friend. But the entire point of a soulmate is for us to fulfill our journey and complete our purpose. And they assist us in life by reflecting back to us our true nature, as well as our flaws and strengths. So they do come along to help complete us, but it's not our soulmate that completes us. It's their capacity to introduce us to ourselves by uncovering the different facets of us. They show us parts of ourselves we otherwise probably wouldn't acknowledge or recognize. And it's this process that completes us and makes us whole, not necessarily another individual. We are already whole. We just need some assistance in realizing that sometimes. But just like everything else that the universe gives us in life is here to kind of push us along the way and push us along the track to completing our purpose. That's the same thing that the soulmate is brought into our lives for, to help assist us in completing our purpose. And so, like life itself, soulmates are our teachers. And usually when it comes to soulmates, these are beings that we have known for lifetimes, and they are referred to as soulmates because not even life or death can break the bond that has been created and established over different lifetimes. It's that powerful and it's that strong. So it's likely that you knew your soulmate before this lifetime and you've reunited yet again to help further along the process of learning what you need to learn in this incarnation. So the notion that soulmates are only romantic partners that we recognize when we first see them and they stick around forever isn't necessarily accurate. In fact, we can have more than one soulmate, some romantic, others just platonic, and the relationship isn't always ideal. Sometimes it can be challenging. It's really dependent upon your soulmate and what's going on in their life as well. So, either way, it's a beautiful, life-changing, soul-shaking experience to unite with your soulmate or soul friend and anyone from your soul tribe. And there's so many gifts in this union. It truly is a blessing. Okay. So, just kind of wanted to talk on that briefly before we get into this reading. Let me just say that this is a general reading and not a personal one. So it's really important for you to be intuitively connected to this reading for the message to resonate. And to help you all get into a nice intuitive headspace, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. The last 30 seconds, I will be adding crystals to each of the piles for those of you that like to pick a pile with crystals. So this is pile 1 right here, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And we'll go on ahead and start that meditation right now. All right, so I've added some crystals to each of the piles. So on pile 1, we just have a clear quartz crystal. Pile 2, we have black obsidian. Pile 3, we have some rose quartz. And pile 4, we just have some black tourmaline. So I'll go on ahead and let you guys get back to that meditation. All right, so hopefully that was enough time for you guys to get intuitively connected and select a pile. If not, feel free to pause this video. For those of you ready to hear your message, you can go on ahead and scroll down to the comments or the description box for the timestamps to each pile. Again, thank you all so much for being here with me today. I couldn't be more honored. It means the moon to me. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and check out who your soulmate is. Okay, in pile number 1, let's go on ahead and take a look at who your soulmate may be. So we're going to start with this card over here, and this card is representative of the personality type of your soulmate. So let's go on ahead and take a look. Okay, so the very first one that we have here is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so right away, I'm getting that with this Ace of Cups, this is someone that is very, very confident. I believe that this person is also very good looking as well, whoever your soulmate may be. But it's not just because of their physical appearance that makes them attractive. This is someone who has an amazing relationships with themselves. So they have a very magnetic attraction to them because of how much they honor, respect, and love themselves. But it's not really like an egotistical type of way. They just have a lot of love for themselves, and that's what makes them so attractive, is just simply how they carry themselves. So this is also someone that knows how to talk to people. They really know how to connect with people. Okay, this is a very, very, very charming person. Whoever my pile number 1 soulmate may be, this is somebody that's a very charming person, and they just have such a peaceful aura about them. Just looking at this card, I just feel very at peace. I feel very calm. I feel very relaxed. So this person, I know they have a very calm, relaxed persona about them, or a very calm, relaxed aura about them. This person has a very addictive personality. So basically their energy is very addictive to other people because it's a very warm energy, but it's a nurturing energy as well. This person is very healing. I can see that your soulmate is a very healing person for you. Their spirit and their energy is healing for you. Like they can literally take your energy and transmute it, as well as they can or do provide light energy to you. So more energy that's vibrating on a higher frequency. So this is a high vibrating individual here. And this is just a person that like you can drown in. This is just somebody that it's like, you can't get enough of them. Like you may lose track of time with this person. Like, the time really flies when the two of you are together. So, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be able to get enough of this individual either. Like, definitely feels as though this is the type of person that people are very, very, very drawn to. They gravitate towards, it's a very natural thing. So with this next card right here, this is representative of their appearance. Let's go on ahead and take a look, see what we can see. 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this isn't a very fast-paced individual. So this is not somebody that's going to like rush into like a relationship or rush into developing a relationship or a connection or a bond with you. Like I was saying, this is a very this person is very connected to themselves. They really value themselves, and they know what it is that they know their worth, they know their value. So they're not really interested in anybody that's going to not treat them in the way that they should be treated, or not treat them in a way that they should be valued, or not value them in the way that they should be valued, because they know their worth. So this is somebody who they really take their time when it comes to developing connections and bonds and relationships with people. And I'm also seeing how they look. They definitely take their time with how they look. Like they're a very well-groomed person, and they take a lot of pride in how they appear to others. And I feel like for them, it's almost like a reflection as to who they are. They kind of see themselves as like, when you appreciate yourself, when you know your own worth, you really take care of yourself, and you really take care of your appearance and how it is that you represent yourself to people. So I just feel like this person is very somebody that really, really, really takes care of themselves. They really have a great relationship with their own selves. So moving on to this card over here. This card is representative of what happens when the two of you come together. So what sort of energy would that be like here? And we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, that's interesting. So with this 9 of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing that when the two of you are together, all of your walls and your guards just kind of fall away. Like you feel so safe and secure with this individual that there's no need for you to be guarded or to feel like you need to protect yourself. Another thing I'm getting is this person feels as if they complete you. So it's going to feel as if you're whole when you're with this person. person. Like, you can really be yourself, just completely unadulterated. You can just completely be you. There's no ego, there's no masks. And I'm also getting the sense that they make you more willing to kind of explore life and explore yourself, and kind of to see your own self-worth and your own value. They definitely open you up to different experiences and different mindsets, things that you otherwise would probably not be open to. There is so much healing here with this relationship when the two of you come together. I keep getting this sensation of very deep healing, like healing on a DNA sort of molecular level, because this person really allows you to be you. They give you a safe place to be yourself, and that is healing in itself, because when you're displaced, you're not whole. You're disconnected and you're separated from yourself. But here with your soulmate, I'm seeing that you're able to be authentic. And I believe this is something or someone that many of you have been praying for, or even attracting into your life, because some of you have felt or may have been alone for so long. You didn't have much of a choice other than to get acquainted with yourself. So I feel like a lot of you that have chosen pile number one, you do a lot of internal work, you do a lot of self-work, you do a lot of, or you spend a lot of time getting to know yourself and really getting comfortable and acquainted with your own self and with your own being. And because you have really gotten acquainted with yourself, you really feel the need to protect this kind of innocent part of you, of who you are from the world, basically. But your soulmate is like the only person, the only being, the only human on this planet with the keys to the safe, who's allowed inside to see you and get to know the real you. And that's such a beautiful thing. I absolutely love that. This next card over here is what lessons your soulmate is going to teach you. So let's go ahead and take a look. 9 of Swords. Okay, so with the 9 of Swords, the lessons that I'm seeing that your soulmate is going to teach you is how to break free from your own mind. Okay, so we've all been conditioned to some degree, and this takes time to unlearn, especially within the mind. To reform the mind, it takes a lot of time, and it's probably one of the most difficult challenges a person can take on, but it's not impossible at the same time. And your soulmate will prove to you that it's not impossible. I think some of you may have felt enslaved by your own mind and by your own self-limiting beliefs for so long that you forgot that you have the power to release yourself. You imprisoned yourself in the first place. We're all guilty of that. We all imprison our own self with our own mindset, with our own thoughts, you know, with the things that we think, with the things that we say to ourselves. We speak to ourselves more than any other person speaks to ourselves in our life. With you imprisoning yourself, you're also the one with the keys to free yourself. And your soulmate is going to show you this, because I believe that you may have forgotten this. You may have forgotten that you're the one with the keys, you know, because your soulmate, I believe, is going to show you just how powerful your mind is, and how a simple rearrangement of your thoughts can really evolve your entire reality. They are going to open your mind so much, and it's going to show you how to liberate yourself from yourself, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. So let's go ahead and take a look at you guys' oracle cards. I don't have very many here. I only have 2, as you guys can see, but this is also going to give me another look as who your soulmate may be. So femme fatale, light attributes, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I'm trying to see, it's a little bit of a glare here. And the shadow attributes is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. Okay, so with femme fatale, this definitely feels romantic for some of you. I wasn't exactly sure. I was kind of feeling like this soulmate is probably somebody more romantic for you with this Ace of Cups, but I wasn't exactly sure. But this femme fatale over here is definitely making me feel as though this is definitely like a romantic counterpart for you. So this is going to be such a seduction of energy. Like, I mean, you're going to be very drawn to this individual, and you're going to walk away from this person feeling almost euphoric, like something you didn't know you could feel. Just like it says here, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. There's going to be so much that they teach you about yourself, your body, your sexuality, how to enjoy pleasure and not to be afraid or ashamed of it, but just to have pleasure for pleasure pleasure's sake. And it's really sad that in today's society and in today's time, people get shamed for, pleasure, just for wanting to experience pleasure, just for wanting to, have pleasure or really desiring pleasure. We get shamed for that a lot of the times, but I see that your soulmate here is going to open you up to the world and the possibilities of, it's okay for us to just do something just because it feels good, kind of like that sensation there where it's like, if this makes you feel good, it's okay to do it just because it feels good. That's perfectly fine, and that's actually an amazing thing to learn in this life, because so many people will lead you to believe that it's a bad thing, it's a horrible thing, and it's really actually not. This is going to be an amazing experience for you because it's going to merge you with your soul, but your soulmate is going to do this in a way that is pleasurable for you. So there's going to be a lot of magnetism here for sure. This is actually totally giving me like Empress vibes over here, because the Empress, she's just all about attraction. She's the reason why two different parts come together, because it's just sheer chemistry and attraction. And the very last card that we have here, 10th house, the world. Yep. Okay. Yeah. They're going to show you the pleasures of life for sure. So the 10th house deals with legacy and material gains or success, and it's ruled by Capricorn. And Capricorn is all about experiencing life from a place that many others never get the opportunity to do. So this is going to be a life-changing experience for you, in my opinion, but it's going to be, like I was saying, a pleasurable one. Like I was kind of talking about this femme fatale over here. A lot of people get shamed for wanting to experience pleasure, just wanting to do something just because it feels good. A lot of people get scared out of that, or they get guilted out of that. So a lot of people don't get to experience life from a place of pleasure or from a place of enjoyment and delight. But I'm seeing here that with this 10th house, the world, that your soulmate is really going to show you like a different way to experience life and a different way to experience your body, a different way to experience a whole bunch of different things. They're really going to kind of open you up to these things. And I think that's actually a very, very beautiful, beautiful experience to have with another human being in this life, honestly. But yeah, so this is all that I'm saying for my pile number ones. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. Hopefully this reading brought you guys some clarity as to who your soulmate could be. And hopefully you guys come back to visit me soon. And I'm going to go on ahead and move on to pile number two. All right, in pile number two, let's go on ahead and take a look at your cards to see who your soulmate may be. So we're going to be starting off with this card over here on the very left. And this is representative of the personality type of your soulmate. So let's go on ahead and see who they are. Oh, look at that. The sun. Okay. All right. So the personality type that I'm getting here with the sun card is a very loud, adventurous, fun personality type. You can't really contain this individual. Right away, I'm getting the feeling that this person may be in and out of your life a bit. So not a lot of consistency there. But every time you two are together, it's like you kind of never missed a beat. It's like you pick right back up where you left off. And honestly, I'm just going to say it. I really don't like to say that it feels like this sign or feels like that sign, because I don't want to like make you guys feel like, well, I intuitively picked pile number two and I don't know any, people in this particular sign. But this really does feel like a lot of Sagittarius energy to me. So they don't have to necessarily be a Sagittarius, and that can mean a plethora of different things. But it just really feels like Sagittarius energy, where it's like, Sagittarius energy cannot be contained. These people love to go, be free, be adventurous, and just live life to the fullest. And that's really what I'm kind of getting the sensation of here. So, like I was saying, they don't have to be a Sagittarius. They could be, and that could mean a whole bunch of different things. That could mean that they have Sagittarius energy in their chart or something like that. They don't even have to be a Sagittarius sun, but they could have a lot of Sagittarius energy. Okay. So, but someone, this is definitely someone that always wants to go. Like, they can't sit still for anything, because there's way too much life to live, too many experiences to be had. And no matter their age, this person has kind of like a youthful presence or an energy to them, or a youthful vibe to them. So this could also be a Leo type of energy as well. But this person is a riot. Like, they are a party all by themselves. And they also feel very optimistic and joyful to me. Like, this is someone I feel like probably has a lot of friends and never really meets a stranger. But also at the same time, I'm getting like this weird sensation where it's like they probably have a lot of friends, but I guarantee you a lot of their friends don't necessarily know them, like have this like really super deep connection with them. I kind of feel like they don't allow themselves to get too caught up or trapped into too many relationships with people. And maybe they look at relationships with a lot of depth as a relationship that could be like kind of have a feeling like being trapped or something. But I kind of feel like, you know, they have a lot of friends. Their friends really just don't know them as well as maybe they think they do. And the second card here is their appearance. So let's go on ahead and take a look. 9 of Wands. Now this couldn't be any different from the Sun card, honestly, because the 9 of Wands here, that might have been what I was getting with this feeling where it's like they have a lot of friends, but their friends really don't know them. Because with this 9 of Wands here, I'm seeing a person that has the ability to cut off this exciting, fun-loving part of their personality, and they're able to be very mature, very serious. Like you wouldn't know that they were this amusing personality over here because they are able to be the polar opposite when they have to be. So like outward appearances would have you believe that maybe they're super serious or hardly ever laugh or smile, maybe even a bit boring. But maybe on the inside, they're more so kind of like the Sun, or it could be vice versa, where maybe on the outside with outward appearances, they may appear very fun loving, very exciting, very, you know, very fast moving kind of energy. But maybe on the inside, they're more so kind of maybe a little less vibrant internally. They may be a little less vibrant, but I'm getting the sense that they're only like this when they have to be, like I was saying. So like a professional setting, maybe like their career or something is really when you kind of see their more so serious side, but when it's time to play, they play hard. And another thing I'm getting here is what's on the inside of them is not reflected on the outside, kind of like what I was just saying. So even if they have been injured through life or damaged, or if they're upset, or if they're going through something in some sort of way, they still kind of choose to live a life basically with like a smile on their face, or with a kind of like vibrant personality. Basically, whatever it is going on the inside versus the outside is not really in alignment. So you never kind of really know what it is that they're actually thinking or feeling. So this is not someone who necessarily, I would say, would wear their heart on their sleeve. I wouldn't necessarily say that. They definitely choose to wear a brave face no matter what's going on internally with them, though, is something that I'm definitely kind of getting the feeling of. But I feel like they definitely kind of come off more as souls, like this really happy, high vibing, really vibrant person is what I'm getting the sense of. So let's go ahead and check out what happens when the two of you are together, the kind of energy that you guys produce together. And we have the Ace of Wands energy. Yeah, okay. So when the two of you are together, there's a spark within your spirit. It's like your spirit comes alive when you're around your soulmate. You guys ignite parts of each other that otherwise lay dormant. And that's when you guys get ideas to go here, or to do that, or to create this, or to make that. I'm seeing your intuition really come alive around this person too. So whatever ideas or inspiration you get when you're with this individual, take note of it, because some of these intuitive hits are insightful, and you know, they could probably actually even be life-changing. So lots of things really make sense when the two of you come together. There's so much inspiration here, I'm feeling. They can also get things out of you that others can't, and vice versa, I'm saying. So you guys are very transparent with each other. Like I'm seeing a spark, you know? I'm almost seeing like someone trying to ignite a fire with whatever tools it is that they have. Like I literally saw a person with 2 rocks kind of hitting them together, trying to like create a flame or a fire. And they're going to be kind of like a catalyst that brings you awareness to your own spirit and your own intuition. So yeah, they're definitely going to probably ignite some sort of a spark within you, where it's like it makes you kind of develop more of an awareness about certain parts of yourself that maybe were more so unconscious or subconscious. I see them basically expanding your awareness, which is pretty much what a soulmate does. But I definitely see them expanding your awareness to parts of yourself that maybe you didn't really know existed. And let's go on ahead and take a look at what lessons your soulmate is here to teach you. And we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so acceptance is what I'm seeing here. I see your soulmate really teaching you acceptance. I see them teaching you how to cope with life and the inexplicable. I see them showing you how to flow with things, and I think they'll more so teach by example. So like you may notice as to, you may take notice as to how they metabolize life in different situations, and you may even be intrigued as to how they just kind of brush certain things off. I believe they may also teach you how to be alone, because it's honestly what I just heard. But I think they may teach you how to be alone and how to be comfortable with being alone and with being with just your own thoughts. Because like I said, this seems like there's an energy here where this person may be kind of in and out of your life quite a bit, but you'll learn how to find comfortability in being alone. And you may even start to prefer it in a sense. So to sum up this key here, or this card here, I would say that they're going to show you how to decipher which experiences, people, and situations you have to accept because there's nothing else you can do, which in turn will teach you peace, even in the midst of pain or despair. And that's an amazing gift to learn and be given. And it's really something to thank the universe and thank source for putting this person in your life to teach you this sort of really rare lesson, really rare gift or skill set. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at you guys' oracle cards to see what else we can see about your soulmate. So the very first card that we have is Hedonist. Okay, and this says light attributes, inspires creative energy. Look at that. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. And the shadow attributes are pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. That's exactly what I was saying. Was yes, they are really your soulmate really is going to spark these inspirations. There's really going to be like a spark here, like I was kind of saying, like with the two rocks kind of trying to make a spark, trying to create a flame. I see this very inspirational energy. So if you are someone that has a sort of nihilistic view or perception on life, where it's like you kind of don't really see a lot of meaning to life, I see them wiping that away completely and inspiring you and really stirring this life and this vitality and this creativity and passion within you. Just like I was saying with this ace over here, where is it? Yeah, this ace of wands. They're going to ignite parts of your psyche and your being. They're going to show you how to metabolize life. Like I was saying, it's going to be like to the point where you decide and decipher who and or what gets a piece of you. You don't have to give yourself to everything and everyone. Sometimes this 9 of wands energy over here, where is it at? So sometimes this 9 of wands energy right here is necessary for us to live at our highest potential and operate on a high vibrating frequency, because sometimes we need to keep certain things, certain frequencies, certain energies, certain people, places, things out of our environment, for us to be able to operate on a higher vibrational frequency. So this is a really nice confirmation right here for sure that this is definitely what it is that they're going to be teaching you. And the very last oracle card that we have here is Saturn return age. Okay, so with Saturn return age, around every 29 years or so, Saturn makes its return to the part of your chart where it was stationed in when you were born. And when this happens, Father Saturn, at least that's what I call him, he pushes us out of denial or immaturity and into a place of blatant clarity, where we have no other option other than to take a real, honest, and palpable assessment of our life and where it's at. And that's what I was saying with this 9 of wands over here, and especially with this ace of wands. Like I was saying, I kept seeing like a spark, like someone was trying to start a fire or get a flame going, like someone trying to almost help you see and maneuver in the dark where you may feel lost. This soulmate is definitely going to teach you many things about yourself. I think that that's honestly amazing. Like that's exactly what a soulmate is supposed to do, So to sum up my pile number 2 here, I'm definitely seeing your soulmate come into your life to almost put you back on the right track, or at least bring some sort of awareness to you that you're not where you need to be in your life. So I see your soulmate will be sent to you to reveal this truth to you that may be difficult to see in the beginning, but it's vital for your well-being and overall happiness, and for you to be able to complete your journey, in this life. So this correction is exactly what you are calling into your life, and you may not be aware of it, but you will at one point or another. You will see how your soulmate, this person, is going to set you on a different track or inspire you to get back on the right track. And that's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, I love this. This is like, it's a soulmate goals right here, but yeah. And as far as if you guys already know your soulmate or not, for some of you, Possibly. For some of you, I think there's definitely a possibility that you already kind of know this soulmate, because like I was saying over here with the sun, I see them kind of being in and out of your life a bit. So you may already know them, or you may come to know them very soon here. But I do believe that for some of you, you definitely know your soulmate already. But this is all that I'm saying for my pile number 2s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. Hopefully it brought you some more clarity as to who your soulmate may be. And hopefully you guys come back to visit me sometime soon. But I'm going to go on ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay, bye guys. All right, and pile number 3, let's go on ahead and take a look at your cards to see who your soulmate may be. So we're going to be starting with this card all the way over here to the left, and this is representative of your soulmate's personality type. So let's go on ahead and take a look at who your soulmate is. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So what I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune is this person may come off or seem like they have it all. Like on paper, they may check like every box pretty much. But I am getting the feeling like there's a lot going on beneath the surface of this individual. This is a very difficult person to place. It's almost mysterious in a way for me. It seems like some sort of guarded energy, or like they have like a guard up, but not in like the traditional sense where they keep people out. It's just like a very mysterious kind of vibe to them. And for me, this is someone that is actively searching or looking for the answers to life. Like they're very intrigued by the taboo, maybe even the occult, which is just hidden knowledge. So this is someone that people may describe as a very deep person, or maybe even like a loner, but like people would look at this at your soulmate, at this person, and be like, oh yeah, this is somebody that's always, you know, thinking, always talking about life. And you know how you just have those different sort of kind of intellectual beings around, where it's like, you know when you speak to them, it's going to be like some sort of mind-blowing thing that they say, where it's just like, oh my god, I never thought of that, that's what I'm getting the feel for with your soulmate. But this is a person that is very connected to their destiny and their life's purpose for sure. Like they're on a mission to feed their soul, and this is where they find and get their fulfillment from. It's not of the world. Like I do not believe that your soulmate gets really a lot of fulfillment and pleasure from the things of this world. They are more so kind of like head in the clouds, but not like in this aloof sort of way, but just like in a way where it's like they're very connected to the things outside of life, like the planes outside of the material realm, and they're very connected to it. They're very tuned into that, and they know that there's something else besides just what it is that we can tangibly see and interact with the 5 senses. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this next card, and this is representative of your soulmate's appearance. So we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, yeah, exactly. All right, so exactly. They're going to appear to be this thinker, the intellectual type, this very, very brooding character I'm seeing here with this 8 of Cups. They won't come off as somebody that's like very chipper, very upbeat. They won't come off as someone who's very chipper, a person that's not really their personality type, or that's not really how they come off. They may even look unhappy or cold or uninviting, or like they're just always caught in deep thought. Like this is their personality type. Like I was saying, this individual is very in sync with who they are and possibly even why they are here. So this is not somebody that you're able to have a surface level conversation or a relationship with. They love depth and density. Like they don't do the shallow. It's just not them. All right, so this next card over here is representative of the energy that you guys kind of produce when you two are together. So it's kind of like the chemistry and the vibe that goes on between you guys when you guys are together. So let's take a look. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So with this 4 of Pentacles here, what I'm getting is that when you two are together, there's this feeling of, I never want this to end, because the two of you supply each other on a spiritual level. Whereas you may feel suffocated by other people or relationships in your life if you were to spend this much time with them. With your soulmate, it feels familiar, it feels stable, it feels secure. Like you guys really know and accept each other's like innermost being, basically. And you guys really thrive off of each other's energy and thrive off of each other's transparency and genuineness. Once the two of you kind of start talking about a particular situation, it's almost like this pendulum of energy that gets going. But this definitely feels very comfortable to you, to the both of you. It feels very comfortable. But with saying all of that, I am seeing the potential to almost overwhelm each other at times, because you guys have the ability to arouse such powerful energy within each other. It can seem almost staggering. So, every now and then you guys may need to take like a little bit of a breather or a break from each other, but you won't want to. That's the thing. You won't want to, but there's a potential here for just a lot of like a vortex of energy where it's just like you guys are vibing with each other so much where it's just like, it feels like a substance or a drug or something. It feels very peculiar, is what I'm getting. And this next card over here is representative of what it is that your soulmate is going to teach you in this relationship, dealing with them. So we have the Magician in reverse. Okay, so with this Magician in reverse, I'm seeing them teach you about your own power and abilities, as well as how to make use of them for something other than yourself, because that's the thing about the Magician. He is pretty self-serving. Like, he wills things into being solely for his self, solely for his own pleasure. It's basically just because he wills something into being just because he wants to. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing your soulmate, because this is in reverse, I'm saying that your soulmate inspires you to do for others or to fight for others as well. Almost like coming to others' defense in a way, I could see even, like I just see like a lot of passion with your soulmate, and they kind of like inspire or breathe this passion within you to maybe do for other people as well. I'm seeing them also teach you how to utilize your spiritual abilities, because I do believe that your soulmate is very spiritually connected, and how to manifest or even attract things into your life. I see them teaching you that as well. And that's what I was getting with this Wheel of Fortune card over here, is your soulmate being someone who's very aware of who they are, and I'm seeing them bring that awareness into your life as well. So let's go on ahead and take a look at your oracle cards here to get an even better look at your soulmate. So very first one we have is Child Orphan, and this is independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. The shadow attributes are feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was saying with this Wheel of Fortune card, is your soulmate is someone who prefers to be alone. They get spiritual fulfillment through contemplating life and what it's all about and the mysteries of life. They don't get any sort of delight from this material realm. It's mostly spiritual for them, just like how an orphan child desires to have like a true family, one that they're genuinely connected to and one that genuinely loves them. This is the same thing with your soulmate. They crave that depth. They crave a relationship of depth, a relationship of meaning. Everything it is that they do, they want to have meaning and depth to it. And this very last card over here, fourth house roots. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this house is ruled by Cancer and the moon. And that would explain a lot of this individual's personality and motives, because Cancer needs to feel safe. And the only way a Cancer feels that security is through transparency and really deep connections. Cancers never attach themselves to anything or anyone shallow because it doesn't feel safe. So yeah, I'm seeing your soulmate really shining a light on your foundation or your core, like who you are to your core. I see them challenging you to discover yourself and to uncover your own true nature. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. I really just see them kind of inspiring you to reconnect back to your own roots and to your own I am presence and to who you are at your nature, who you are in your own element. So that's actually a very, very beautiful thing. But as far as if you already know your soulmate or not, I'm getting the sense that for some of you that have picked pile number 3, you probably don't know your soulmate just yet. That's what it feels like for me anyways. You're gonna have to kind of intuitively get the sense of if you have met a person that feels like this to you or not, if you've met a person that really challenges you to uncover certain parts of yourself and things like that. If you intuitively feel that way about a certain person, then it could be very likely that this is your soulmate. So, but I think that for a majority of my pile number 3s here, I don't think very many of you have met your soulmate just yet. But yeah, this is all that I'm saying for my pile number 3s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for allowing me to do this reading for you. I hope that this reading brought you guys some clarity and a little closer to revealing who your soulmate truly is. So hopefully you guys come back to visit me soon, but I'm going to go on ahead and move on to the last pile number 4. So bye guys. All right, in pile number 4, let's go on ahead and check out your cards to see who your soulmate may be. So we're going to be starting off with this card all the way to the left over here. This is representative of your soulmate's personality type. So let's go on ahead and take a look. All right, 7 of Swords. That's interesting. Okay, so for me, what I'm getting with the 7 of Swords here is that your soulmate is someone that is always kind of on the prowl, looking for the next best thing. This is someone that doesn't like to put all their eggs in one basket. They definitely prefer to keep their options open, but they like to be discreet about that because people are usually taught to fear people like your soulmate, people that keep, you know, their options open and kind of never decide either which way. And so this is someone that's pretty restless and doesn't like to settle in any one place. So what I'm getting with your soulmate is that a lack of options is truly terrifying for them. But this person is far from boring, and just because they prioritize having options doesn't mean they have commitment issues, doesn't mean that they're non-committal. They've just never found that thing that they've been looking for. And I have a feeling that once they find it, and if they are mentally ready, and if they are aware that they've found what it is that they're looking for, that they will actually end up wanting to settle down. Okay, so let's go on ahead and take a look at this next card. This card over here is representative of their appearance. So basically how it is that they come off. So not necessarily physical appearance, but how they come off. So let's go on ahead and take a look. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Okay, yeah, so this is someone who is definitely very discreet about their motives, but don't allow this to scare you or make you think that they have underlying agendas. They are just like the rest of us, honestly. Everyone is looking for that something or that someone that they can put their all into and feel safe with or belong to. And this is exactly the thing that your soulmate has made a priority in their life. Another thing is, just like what this 7 of Swords talks about, is basically someone not realizing that they already have what it is that they're looking for. Just like you can see here with the 7 of Swords, he is trying to get away with stealing 5 swords. He wants all 7, but it's like you already have enough. You already have what it is that you want. Like, you know, just take what it is that you have, be happy with it and go, you know? So for me, there's a huge probability here that you already know or have established some type of a relationship with your soulmate. And because they are at a point in their life where they can't see that they already have what it is that they're scheming to attain or trying to attain, like the 7 of Swords, this can make the relationship feel immensely draining, 1. And 2, you may be questioning if this is a soulmate because it doesn't feel like it right now. And that's the thing, we kind of have generalized this whole idea of what a soulmate actually is. And it's nothing like what we have generalized, you know, because there's a lot of other factors and that go into, you know, if 2 completely separate parties are ready to have a profound relationship like a soulmate or a twin flame relationship. So, you know, there's a lot of different environmental factors that go into that. So you may be questioning that. And so until this individual develops a sense of awareness, they won't really realize that they already have the winning lottery ticket. They won't see it yet. They have to develop some sort of sensory perception here where it's like, okay, I have the $1 million lottery ticket right here in my hand. All I have to do now is go and claim it and cash it in. But until they see that, they're going to keep looking for that winning lottery ticket, not realizing that they already have it, you know? And this next card here is representative of when the 2 of you come together, what sort of energy do you guys produce? So what sort of chemistry is there? So let's take a look. Ooh, the High Priestess. Now that's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm getting a lot with this. Okay, so I was getting the sense that you have no clue how to take things with your soulmate. Kind of like I was saying with this 5 of Pentacles here. You don't know if you can trust what it is that they tell you. You don't know if you can trust what it is that you see. You don't know if you can trust what it is that you hear. Your intuitive senses really kick into high gear around your soulmate, because all you can do is go off of what it is that you feel, because everything is so elusive with this individual. You may feel very uneasy around them, like I was kind of getting the sense for with this I believe this Five of Pentacles over here. You may feel very uneasy around them, because there's definitely some sort of trust issues here. It would take a leap of faith to really deal with your soulmate, because the High Priestess deals with the subconscious, the same place where all things are created and anything is possible. Well, when we deal with relationships and other people, we generally appreciate knowing exactly where it is that we stand with people and what's going on. Most of us really don't like feeling vulnerable or out in the open or left out in the cold where anything can happen. Most of us really appreciate security, and security comes from having or taking a definitive stance in our relationships. But I see with your soulmate, there's this anxiety or fear of, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know how they feel. I don't know what they mean. I don't know if I can trust what they say. I don't know if I can really invest my whole heart and soul into this, because I don't know what they're going to end up doing. I don't know, what sort of moves it is that they're making when we're not around each other. There's just a lot of kind of fear and anxiety here. There's a huge mystery when it comes to you guys, where it's just like you guys really don't have a definitive stance either which way. And let's take a look over here to see what it is that your soulmate's going to teach you with your relationship. All right, and we've got the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the lesson that this soulmate is going to teach you is basically knowing when enough is enough, when to fight or when to walk away and surrender, when to love and when to put your foot down. There's boundaries to be learned here, and your soulmate is definitely going to teach that to you, because there's a limit to everyone's love, and that is not something to feel guilty about. Please do not feel guilty about that, okay? Because unconditional love does not mean anything goes. It doesn't mean you can treat me however you see fit and I'll still be here, I'll still be around. No, unconditional love means I will love you regardless. That's it. That's all that it means. It doesn't mean that I'll love you regardless and I'll also put up with your unacceptable behavior. No, it just means I'll love you regardless. Now, how I handle you accordingly is a different story. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go off of your behavior. And sometimes loving someone unconditionally requires you to call them out on their shit, because love is double-edged, but it's not supposed to be painful. So if it's painful, it's not right. All right, so let's go on ahead and take a look at you guys' oracle cards to get a better look at your soulmate here. So we have student. Look at that. Yeah. So the light attributes of student are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. And the shadow attributes are arrogance and the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Yeah. So with student, so it's so funny that student came along in this pile, because your soulmate still has so much to learn before they can even appreciate the gift of true love and what it means to be with their soulmate. Like I was saying with this Eight of Cups here, Eight of Cups right here. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you need to or should walk away from them. It doesn't mean that you need to or should stay with them. I don't think you're supposed to give up on them, though. I will say that. I don't believe that you should. I don't believe that you're supposed to give up on this relationship. If anything, I believe that you're the one that's going to teach your soulmate a thing or two about the value of love and what it means, what it looks like, what it feels like. And you will be a proper teacher for them when it comes to love and learning about love and what love means, what love feels like, what love looks like. And they will learn this from you, because whomever they may have learned love from, or whatever idea they have about love and what it is a warped idea of what it actually means and what it actually is supposed to look like. So they do have quite a distorted view of exactly what love is, and it's something that's going to be very important for you to kind of teach them in their life what it is, basically. And the very last card that we have here is Earth Element Stability. Yeah, look at that. Exactly. So yeah, you're going to stabilize them by being their rock. Like I was saying with this Eight of Cups, this doesn't mean that you should put up with unacceptable behavior. And I believe that you will, or you do already let them know when they screw up or when they don't treat you the way that they should be treating you. Because there's a lesson for both of you here within this relationship. Your soulmate is going to teach you, as I was saying, when to walk away and when to keep fighting. And you're going to teach your soulmate what true love is and just how sacred it is and how to appreciate it or how to recognize when it is that you already have it. So this relationship is going to teach you both balance, because that's all stability is. It's just simply balance. And that's so beautiful. So, you know, as far as like, if this is going to end up like kind of working or being in game, I'm not exactly sure here. This does kind of seem like a romantic soulmate to me. It doesn't feel like family or platonic or anything like that. It does feel more so romantic, but it does kind of seem like a on-off sort of situation or relationship kind of. So, you know, really protect yourself, protect your heart. Do not ever work harder than your partner in any way, shape, or form. Never work harder than them. Allow them to carry their own weight in the relationship, you know, and just know that when it's time to put your foot down, you put your foot down. When it's time to love and show compassion and show humility and strength, you do that as well. So, you know, you handle them accordingly. And I believe that you already kind of have a sense on how to handle them, but they are... there's definitely a lot for them to learn here, and that's a huge responsibility, honestly. So this is all that I'm saying for my pile number 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some clarity as well as a little bit more understanding about who it is that your soulmate could be. So hopefully you guys come back to visit me sometime soon. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It does mean the world to me, and I will be back next time. Okay, bye guys.